Welcome back to Nocturnal Nerd. I'm Fred.
I'm Mike, and Eugene can't be here this week because he's up to nefarious purposes in California.
What do you mean by that?
He's in California. What could he possibly be doing? Don't worry about it.
I actually
It's
don't
a family-friendly show. We can't talk about it.
That's true. Anyways, today we're going to do a review on Mass Effect Andromeda. First off, we're going to start off with the story. You start off as the Pathfinder, moving on to the Andromeda system. You're trying to pave the way for others so that they can find home planets, really.
And in a surprising plot twist, something goes horribly wrong right from the get-go.
What would you expect? You're going to do a different freaking system.
I expected there to be no conflict in the game. That's what I expected.
Sad thing is, I bet you that would be more entertaining than this game at times.
Possibly. Honestly, it just falls short because, the first story for Mass Effect 1, like, you could say what you want about the animation bugs of that game, too. You could say what you want about, how the gameplay was a little bit boring, but the story itself was captivating. The Reaper threat is coming, you get to be a Spectre and do all this awesome stuff. This one, it's like, oh, I'm an explorer because my daddy gave it to me.
Yeah. Like, the other thing that bugged me is that the choices that you make for the game, story-wise, you don't feel like it's going to amount to anything.
Oh, yeah.
Even for the later games.
We won't give any spoilers, but at later parts in the game, I'm like 45 hours in. There are some points where they try to recreate that feeling of, oh, this is a pivotal decision, but then it doesn't affect the story or the gameplay whatsoever.
That's why, at least with the first game originally, you can literally lose 2 members in one mission.
Or lose one in one mission, then lose the other one in a different mission. But you could lose people, your decisions had consequences. And this one is just like,
Yeah. But
which, is okay for other games, but this is Mass Effect. We expect more.
Shoot, even in the second game, your whole team can be killed off. You can be killed off, and your whole team, except for Joker.
Heck, I did one playthrough to see what it would take to get all my team members killed, just because I want to know how bad would you got to screw up for it to happen.
Oh, wow. Were you able to do it?
Yeah, it was hard.
Oh,
It
wow.
was hard.
Oh, wow.
It is possible, but it was hard. So, rating 1 through 5, what would you give it?
For the story? Gonna give it a 2.
I'm gonna say 3 because it's not a horrible story. It has its redeeming points. It just doesn't live up to Mass Effect's
standard. Yeah.
expectations.
All right, then let's move on to gameplay.
Yeah.
All right, gameplay wise, I was interested in the gameplay because instead of they technically got rid of the class system that you usually but
they kind of
kept it by like the bonuses that you get to choose.
I kind of at first was really excited about that because you get the chance to play all of the abilities, but at the same time it feels like such a cop out. Like Mass Effect Andromeda in general feels like such a cop out from the original trilogy because it's like, oh, we don't want to have to deal with the outfall of the Reaper invasion, so we're going to send everyone to Andromeda. Oh, we don't want people to have to make an actual decision for what their class is going to be, so we're going to let them do everything. Granted, you can play to one specific class, that is your option, but you don't actually make a choice, Decisions were what made the original Mass Effect fun, and, it's another way that they've taken it out. Yeah. Otherwise, the combat is pretty fun. It is better than the original trilogy as far as what you could do. I like the jump track. It adds a lot. Gameplay is probably the only thing they've actually improved on from the originals.
That is true. Like, I felt more fun with it, messing with the different powers and stuff like that, and being able to literally take away the points and add them to other aspects, which I thought was pretty cool at the beginning of the game. Which I thought was pretty interesting how they allowed you to do that so easily.
And you actually get to travel by vehicle again, and it's a lot easier to use than the Nomad was.
Oh yeah, it grew on me just because it was an off-terrain vehicle. Cool thing is like you can get it chromed out. I was like, and now you my new baby. Like I was so excited. I was like, yeah.
Like, put some rims on it, Fred.
No, we can't put rims on it. Besides that, for gameplay, I would give it a 3.5.
I'll keep it at a 4. I mean, it definitely improved upon the original trilogies. I like being able to use the jump jet. It's an improvement. Still not perfect. That's a low 4. That's not a high 4.
So, visuals, man, this game's buggy. Like, when it comes to the scenery, it's beautiful. When it came to, like, the vehicles, gorgeous. Like, when you're looking at everything else, it's gorgeous. I would give that a 5 out of 5. But damn, when it comes to like the facial features of the characters and stuff like that, man, I mean, just seeing one of them having such a stiff face, look like she got Botox at the beginning of the game.
Like the thing is, like the way their eyes wander, it's like,
Yeah, you're like thinking like,
what are they looking at? Like
It-
they're going everywhere. I mean, the animations weren't as big a problem for me as a lot of like reviewers are saying.
Yeah.
You know, I could enjoy the game regardless of that. It's just, it was more buggy than like the original Mass Effect, which that was pretty buggy in and of itself. But considering how much later we are, like you would think 2017 they would have gotten rid of a lot of those defects. It seems like lazy, you know. I know they're gonna patch it, but it's an unfinished game.
Yes.
As far as the animations are concerned.
Sad thing is that I was reading reports about that stuff, and supposedly it was leaked that BioWare didn't even get to do the facials. It wasn't even them. Like, that was shipped out. That was a third-party company that took care of
Because
that.
outsourcing always improves the quality of everything. Just ask the American worker.
Sad thing is, I agree with you on that. But like, it's so sad that they really wanted to. The guys at BioWare really wanted to work on it because that's their baby. That was their bread and butter. That's why people blew money on the franchise because they were expecting.
Before EA got their hands on it.
Yeah.
You realize how much complaints the franchise has gotten since EA has got it stake
Yeah.
since Game 3, I believe.
No, I think no, I think the same game. He still AA bought it, but they didn't.
They didn't really mess with it.
Yeah,
they didn't
messed with
start making an EA game until number 3.
Yeah.
Which even then, they still left that mostly to BioWare.
True.
But anyway, I gotta say visuals, because I agree with you. The actual planets and scenery are gorgeous, but the characters are off a little bit. So I'm gonna give that a 2. Even though
I know.
if they fix the animations, it could easily go up to a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But I expect more in 2017. And this has been 10 years ago, it would have
Yeah.
been breathtaking. But now I expect more.
I agree with you. I give it a 2. All right. Multiplayer. And
Boring. It was fun the very first couple of matches, but it got repetitive really fast.
Yeah.
And it was also really easy. You get teammates who are even halfway confident, and it's like you blow through it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really feel challenged.
I only did maybe 5 or 6 missions, and I got bored very fast.
Don't get me wrong. If that would have been like I know within they do it in waves where the enemies surround you. They do some objectives during some of the waves, but I would have preferred they did instead of having those objectives during the waves, had those as their own game mode and had other game modes. That would have made the multiplayer a lot more fun. I just don't think it's. I mean, I know a lot of people love it. I just don't think it's gonna hold up real well because it's one game mode, and you're not even competing against other people. You're fighting with them,
Yeah.
and that's it. You're just surviving waves of enemy that you can fight in single player.
Sad thing is that BioWare actually wanted to do something like that, where everyone versus everyone. They were gonna the multiplayer was supposed to become similar to Halo, how you had teams go up against each other.
That would have been awesome, or even tie into the single player where it's however ready you are, gets it in the single player. Generates a certain amount of resources or armor or skill points that you can use for multiplayer. And, you get in teams that are supposed to be the initiative. Anyway, they could have done it better.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I know. It's so bad that you just your mind just wandered off.
I started mumbling.
All right. For multiplayer, I got to give it a 1.
I'll give it a 2 simply because the gameplay is still fun in the single player. It just gets really boring really quickly.
Yeah. All right. The soundtrack of Andromeda. What did you think?
It's not memorable at all.
No.
I can still hear the music from Mass Effect 1 in my head,
Yeah.
playing over and over again. This one, I can't even... not only is it not that memorable, but there are times where I was playing the game, driving around, where the sound just cut out for 5-10 minutes at a time.
Yeah, that actually happened to me quite a few times too. It's
Any appeal the soundtrack might have had, which it didn't, but if it had it, would have been lost because of that. Sound, I gotta give it 1.
Give it a 1 also. Alright. Staying power.
I think that's in large part going to depend on the DLC.
DLC and all the updates that they're going to be coming out with.
As it is now, I don't think it's a finished game. And by
No.
that I mean they have like a lot of stuff you can do, but it's a lot of it's like filler. You know,
Yeah.
the main story has interesting missions. The loyalty missions are pretty interesting, but you know, a lot of the side quests are boring.
Yeah.
You know, Witcher 3 was like the standard for me for side quests, and it doesn't even come close to that.
See, even with the first game, when you did side quests, you interacted with the person.
It mattered because in the next game, whatever person you interacted with affected something in the next game. Even
Yeah.
though there was a lot of minor details,
Yeah.
it was details. This one, it doesn't feel like that.
No, you feel like there's nothing's gonna happen with those side quests. Like one of my favorite side quests from the first one was meeting your fan multiple times, and after a while, you just had to tell him to. Excuse my language, but
I don't know. I think the biggest thing for this game is it gets repetitive. Like you
Yeah.
go to the main story, like every new planet, you're gonna find the vaults. You're gonna unlock them. You know, I don't want to say how you unlock them
oh
in
my
case you
gosh, the
haven't
vaults
played
were
the game.
so boring. The first one, beautiful, amazing, and then you like get to the second one, just like
After you've got to your third one, it's like, oh, whatever. I mean, they changed the layout of them, but it's
you
the
get
same
bored.
basic thing. It's like every planet, even though they change a little bit on them, it's like basically the same planet.
Yeah.
Just different visuals. And it's like, okay, yeah, they made this game really big. Yeah, they added a lot of dialogue, but it just seems empty.
Yeah.
So staying power is really going to depend on DLC. You know, me personally, unless they bring one where they have the Korean arc come, I'm probably not even going to bother with the DLC.
Yeah. I agree.
So overall, I
I'd
gotta
give it
say
a-
the game's a low 3
Yeah.
because it's still a good game. It's not great. The original games were great.
I would give it. It's like in between the 2.5 to 3. I'll give it a 3, just because the gameplay, it does keep you in. The only thing that sucks is like the AI at times. Unless you're playing on like super on the highest difficulty, the AI.
It sucks. BioWare, listen to us. We don't play your games for the gameplay. The gameplay should be what's cropping it out.
Yeah.
Not dragging your game down. That's just
Yeah, I give
poor
it a 3.
craftsmanship on your gaming.
I give it a 3. But anyways, next month we are going to be doing Free Comic Book Day here at House of Heroes in Naples, Florida. Oh, next month also we're going to be reviewing Injustice, the second one that's coming out. I will be purchasing the game, so we'll be doing a quick review. May even have a little bit of footage while we play.
And at some point, we're going to talk about Persona, the new
Yep.
game that just came out. For those of you who don't know what it is, do yourself a favor and look it up.
Atlas. That's one company that
That
I
has
will
not
al-
disappointed me.
No,
BioWare, I used to be able to say that about them. Not anymore.
no.
Anyway, this is Dr. Little Nerd.